All right. Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing this morning? All right. Sounds like people are doing good. Daniel, what's going on, brother? Good to see you in here this morning, as always. All right. So today should be a pretty good day. We have a few stocks on watch, as always. So I mix it up a bit. We have a few lower price stocks, and then majority of them are a little bit higher priced today. So we have CLSN, HMNY, MU, ZGNX, ANAB, and ROKA. So there's some potential in the market this morning. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll start sharing my screen, and then we're just going to go right from there. All right, 1 second. All right, so Joe, no problem, brother. Glad to see you in here. Yeah, so pretty much we just go over like a pre-market watch list. Since this is your first time in here, we just go over pre-market watch list. You'll see my charts. You can see me draw trend lines and just kind of go over everything here. My overall GPA I think is a 3.3 right now. Let's see. So the first one I actually want to look at is CLSN. Yeah, so this thing did exactly what I expected it to. So first, let's look at the daily chart on CLSN. The reason I put CLSN on watch this morning, and why does it do that? It's so weird. Hold on 1 second. Too much. Or wait, hold on. All right, so the reason I put CLSN on watch is because, yeah, exactly. Are you correct? So this is what we have going on, right? So we see CLSN have this huge pop, and then we had a pullback, right? And this is a great example of what you could expect to happen with HMNY, right? So if you see on this day, it went really, really high, but then it got very extended from the blue line, which is support. So eventually it made its way back down, found support on the blue line, and now it's starting to pop again. We just broke through the 200 moving average, which was at 440, and now we're making our way across 5. So initially, this was my game plan was, I wanted to see it hold up below $5 and then get in for the break of $5 today, but it's already done that in pre-market trading, right? You see that white line I just drew? It already broke above $5. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be out for the count today. We still want to keep it on watch. So if we look, what did I do here? Hold on 1 second. Also, if we look here, it's possible that we're going to run into resistance right at this 530 area, which it looks like it's kind of doing right about now or very close to. So at this point, with the path that CLSN is on currently, we kind of want to see it get above, kind of keep holding this trend, right? So we want to kind of see it hold this trend going into today's, or right into the market, right? So we want to kind of see it hold up here, and then we want to get a break over $5.30, and then continue running. So that's really the game plan for me, is a potential entry over 530 if it can continue to make lower highs, right? So with the way that it's heading right now, you see that it's dropping down. We kind of want to see it hold up on this trend line and then kind of bounce back up. Then we want to see it break 524, get into the new pre-market high for a potential break over 530. That's really the game plan there. Now, is it going to hold up? We never know, so we're going to keep watching it. It looks pretty weak right now. All right, so again, we'll just keep it on watch and go from there. There isn't really any news on it this morning. Let's see. Good morning. Now, let's take a look at HMNY, of course. So I made a video on this one last night. All right, guys. So I did make a video, and I said that it's too late to, hop in. So yeah, when I'm talking about too late to hop in, I mean, if you're going to try and get in on this stock just to, you know, make money by swing trading it or, you know, riding up the wave, it's very, very risky, especially with its float. And let me hop back for a second. CLSN has a 7.7 million share float. So CLSN does have a low float. And now when we're talking about HMNY, HMNY has a 2.3 million share float. As we all know, it's an absolute monster. It's up over 1,000% over like the past 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. So extraordinary gains. But the float's so low, and it has like a 22 to 25% short interest of that float. So it has an extremely high short interest. So a lot of people are looking to short it. Eventually, it will come down. It's definitely going to come down, but there is probably going to be multiple plays on this stock today where you can go long or you could potentially go short. So yeah, it's too late to get in and try and swing trade it because your risk is so great, but that doesn't mean that there aren't going to be setups throughout the day to trade it, right? So we have a high right now of $33. We've now put in a new low right here, right? So it looks pretty weak right now. It definitely looks weak. And I'm actually going to delete all these off, and I'm going to redraw this out so you can kind of see my thought process on this right now. I have to go to a 5-day, 5-minute chart, right? So for the past like couple days, this is right now its overall trend for the past, you could basically say 3 days, right? This is like the overall trend, okay? Now, let's see. So this is our overall trend for the past 3 days, close to. Now, this was resistance yesterday, right in this area, right in this $28 area is resistance from yesterday. So now we can choose to use the $28 as a new support area. And if everything were to go as planned and these trend lines and the old resistance is treated as a new support, technically, you could expect a possible bounce off the $28 area if you're judging based on your old resistance point, right? Or you could call it a pivot point, whatever you choose to call it. So you could really use $28 as your old resistance area. This is your overall trend for the stock over the past couple days. Okay, hold on one second. Is everything coming through okay? I just want to make sure it's still coming through because it was reloading on my screen, but we also have a bad storm right in our area right now. So going off of what I said here, we have our old resistance point at 28. So there could be a lot of people that are going to try and use this as a new support. And if it comes down correctly, you could either get a bounce off this upward trend line, right? Because if the stock wants to continue upwards, it's most likely going to follow the trend line that I have drawn out here. It's most likely going to follow that trend for the past few days. If it were to break this trend line, chances are we're going to probably see a bounce right in this $28 area if there's enough traders willing to respect the resistance from yesterday at $28. Now, if we were to break through the $28 mark, it's possible you could find some support down here in the 24 area. More likely probably 25, just because 25 will be a pretty strong mental resistance area, like right here. But at that point, you're expecting the stock to drop $8 in a day, which is very big. And you know what? It's very well possible this stock can do that, right? So there is a lot of possibilities with the stock. It is a crazy one, but just know that its overall trend is up right now. It is in a very high short seller radar. The short interest is 22%. The float is 2.3 million%. So all around, this thing is an explosion waiting to happen, right? I mean, it's a no-brainer. You look at the daily chart. And you come over here, you look at this guy, and just look at this thing. Let me delete these drawings first. But just look at it, right? You know, look at how extended that is. It's picture perfect on short list, right? It's just picture perfect. So let me explain this, all right? We'll look at two examples, right? So when I keep saying extended, it just means the price is very high off the blue line, off support. So the idea here is that eventually it's going to come down, and it'll usually find its support or kind of bounce near or off this blue line. And if you take a look at CLSN on the daily chart, what exactly happened? When this thing gapped up and shot up really high, the stock came right back down and found its support right on the blue line. So looking at HMNY, that's the same kind of move that we're expecting to see here pretty soon, or, you know, we don't know exactly how soon, but it will happen. And that's what short sellers are waiting for, is the day that this thing comes down, and then it's going to drop down to that blue line. All right. So there's my little recap there, overview on HMNY. Now, another one that I think is worth just looking at is ANAB. I mentioned this one yesterday for a potential short. It actually went the opposite way. And it ended up going up like $22 or something. Now, that's the thing. Yesterday, this stock went up over 100% or something like that, considering, you know, when it gapped up. So it went from 36 to 72. 36 to 72 in a day is incredible. So I'm definitely going to be watching this for a potential short today. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty weak, right? Starting to look pretty weak. So this one's going to be on watch for a short today. Now, really, you know, a good short would probably be below 70. We're already below 70, right? So, you know, it's possible we could find support in the $67 area, but, you know, we don't know how hard these are going to fall. So this is going to be on short watch today, ANAB. Let's see. And then also just want to take a quick look at this one real quick. So Roka, I mean, it's holding up support right now in this $1.80 area. So if you guys can get shorts or shares to short on this, this might be an actual pretty strong short today. A quick move right out of the gates, drop down. That's what I'm expecting with Roka, probably below $1.80. We're going to see a pretty big sell-off here, pretty big wash. All right. MU, looking at this one has the potential to squeeze today, similar to HMNY, because if you see all these short, this was a bunch of short selling and panic selling, and then you're getting shorts covering, and, you know, there were short sellers that took positions, and, you know, so just keep this one on watch, honestly. Just keep this one on watch. It's probably going to grind higher for majority of pre-market, and then we might see a quick pop right out of the gates to retest 42. So this one I see potential to pop, touch or tap 42. So definitely keep that one on watch. Also, ZGNX real quick, and then I'm going to go over some other ones you guys are mentioning out here. Jake, actually, I was planning on doing a video today explaining shorts because I have gotten that question quite often. So I think that's an area that I can touch on a little bit more. And that's a video that I'm actually going to get around doing today. So, yeah, let's look at ZGNX real quick. I just want to mention that this is on breakout level. All right. Gap up. Consolidate sideways. This is the high. Boom. We are literally right at breakout point. Breakout is 41.65. And if you look at the 1 minute chart, we're at 41.55. So this stock is right on the breakout level. All right. ZGNX is a 22 million share float. Its average volume is around 1 million. And right now it's trading 2.2 million. So it can definitely pop today. It's not going to be quite as sketchy as a low float. It'll be a little bit more comfortable trading it. You know, it still moves quickly, but we're right on breakout level. Breakout level is like right here, right about there. That's going to be breakout level, very close to that. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see here. Let's see some of the ones you guys are looking at. Yeah, so you know, I do a lot of these Tulip Mania. I do a lot of these stocks here before pre-market really starts going. So let me just pop in the scan real fast and take a quick look at what has changed. All right, and then we can go from there. I just got to write these down real quick. Whoop. RGSE. IDXG was one that popped up a little bit ago on my scanner. Sure, that should do it. That should do it. Let's see. So someone just mentioned RGSE. I'll take a quick look at that. Oh, wow. Yeah, this one's definitely popping pretty hard. It has pretty significant volume, actually a lot of volume, probably close to 500, 600,000 right now. Let me pop into this real quick. So what is the news, right? We want to see what kind of news it has. RGSE selected as exclusive installer for Solarize New Haven campaign. Benzinga released news this morning, 8:33 a.m. Reports has been selected by Solarize New Haven for solar electricity. Yeah, this one is definitely worth keeping on watch just because of the news and the move it's made pre-market, but it was a big move. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it kind of comes kind of crashing down here. But, you know, we will, oh, that just messed up my chart. Anyways, we'll see. Let me hop in to a later time frame on this real fast. Right, so it found a solid base down here where it just failed to go through. It is up, you know, quite a bit. So, you know, I'm really just going to watch this. A good entry is probably going to be over the 250s, right in the 250s. If this can hold up, 250 will probably be a good move. But this thing really has to hold up, and it actually has to kind of break above this. It could be setting up for a 5-minute bull flag, but it really has to have some green here, pop through. But if you look at the 1-minute chart, it just looks like it's falling off a cliff, right? So we'll wait and see. There's no guarantee. So definitely keep it on watch. Definitely worth watching there. Let's see. Yes, I do. Umar Malik. Yeah, I definitely have some videos. If you just go to my YouTube channel and under instructional playlist, I have a lot of different videos there that explain float and indicators, VWAPs, RSI, and so on. Let's take a look at IDXG real fast. Yeah, IDXG is pretty choppy. I really wouldn't mess with that. I wouldn't play around with that. Not even worth your time. And why? I think I wrote down on a, nah, that looks pretty shit. Yeah, no, that's not good. I'll take a look at Jivo real fast. No, that's not very good. Yeah, Brian, IDXG is just really kind of really chopping around here. It just doesn't really have much to offer at this point, it looks like. Yeah, it just really hasn't been making a lot of moves recently. Yeah, no, I wouldn't really mess around with it too much. I mean, it's possible it could be good. I mean, let's see. It does have some news this morning. Benzinga Interspace Diagnostics reports increased reimbursement. It's possible it could be good. You know, just wait and see. It has to hold up, and then it really just kind of has to perform back higher towards the $2 mark. But I really wouldn't mess with it unless it breaks $2. Look at KRP. Actually, I want to take a quick look at PCOM as well. Yeah, PCOM is performing as expected very well. It really is looking pretty good here. Well, let me delete some of this stuff off of here. I mean, yeah, PCOM looks like it's moving up. It's creating a bull flag pennant, or not? It's just a bull pennant. Probably gonna see some pops coming here soon. Hopefully, we can break through that 1240 high pretty soon. Definitely looks like that's gonna happen. Now, KR. Let's take a look at KR. Whoa, what is this? Who is this anyway? All right. So if it's moving this much, there has to be news. Kroger shares rebounding. Kroger lowers healthcare services cost. The little clinic for associates. Yeah, it's moving. It definitely is. I mean, this is going to be a higher cap stock, bigger float. Probably not something I'm too crazy about playing, but you know, it definitely looks good. I think that it's definitely worth keeping on watch. All right. I mean, look at it. It's up pretty high. What is this actually? What is it up? It's up 6% pre-market. So yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't have enough time to really analyze it fully, and we don't have much chart pattern going on right now. We just have a straight up movement. So we really want to see some type of pullback, a newer low, give us some type of direction, some type of pattern to go off of. So good morning to everybody who just showed up into the boiler room. Now, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we got going on here. So here's the thing, David, is unless I actually see movement, then I don't really bother with the stock, right? I want a stock like Gevo or GEVO to show me something first. I mean, because unless you actually start seeing something, then you're basically just sitting around waiting. So I'd rather focus my attention towards stocks that have volume and are actually moving, that can make me money, you know, kind of right now in a sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with GEVO. It's not something that I would particularly go crazy about. It doesn't have the volume. It doesn't have a lot of things that I'm really looking for right out of the gates. All right, so that's kind of where I'm at. Let's take a look back at HMNY. So it definitely held up. All right, so now. So let's go over this real quick, right? This is kind of like our overall trend. Now, now we have a new trend because we set it's going like that. That is the immediate 1 day, 1 minute trend right now. And you know, that's the thing, is if this thing keeps going up, you play the right setups and make money on it's going up, but be careful because at a split second, this thing could come crashing down. But, you know, you don't want to try and short this right now because you're fighting against the overall trend. So you really want a bearish signal, whether that's a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 day chart, a big shooting star on the 1 day chart, a hanging man candle on the 1 day chart. So there's a lot of signals you can look for. This is just keeps skyrocketing, right? Yeah, profit trade. That's a good way to exactly react to the market. Don't try and predict it. I mean, you can. I mean, that works too. But then you just kind of sit around waiting versus just looking at what's, you know, ANY. Let's look at ANY. I mean, ANY, I mean, I guess I'll do a little analysis on it real quick, but you know, it is a recent spiker. It's got a lot of resistance. It has, you know, the 50, the 100, or it has the 20, 50, and 100 to all go through. So there's really, you know, it has a lot of resistance right now above it. And it doesn't trade on a lot of volume. So you're not going to get very quick price movement without volume, and it doesn't have that right now. And I don't know if there's any news on it that would make it go. Benzinga, I mean, it does have some news this morning, so if you feel that this could be a good option for you, then it's definitely worth looking at. It's just probably not going to be something on my radar this morning. Let's see. So yeah, I'll take a look back at or I never even looked at ATHX recently. So yeah, I did actually. This is not something I'm very interested in looking at because it died off so hard. INTC cup and handle. Yeah, so you could consider this the cup and handle on the daily chart. All right. You could kind of consider that the cup and handle, right? So here's where it is. You have the right, and then you have your handle for the cup right there. So that's your cup, you know, down, bottom, up, handle, which is more like right in this area, and then you have the breakout. So you could watch this one because after cup and handles, they tend to kind of come, you know, they run a little bit and then they might come down. So definitely keep that on watch. It's definitely worth watching. MU. Go back to the 1 minute chart here. So yeah, MU, just continue to watch it. It's definitely holding that trend, making higher lows, and it's following that trend right now. So definitely worth watching. It's on phone, but check 1 minute. Let me check the 1 minute on INTC. Yeah, I don't really see it on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, I don't really see it on the 1 minute chart at all. No. Let's see. Yeah, no problem, brother. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at for today. So just a quick recap. You know, let's see how is CLSN holding up. If it is, you know, it kind of fell off a cliff there. As you can see, it broke that trend line. Then it really seen a bunch of selling pressure. Though it doesn't mean that it's fully out for the count. Let me do a little recap analysis here. So I'm still going to watch CLSN. I think this one can come back up and actually retest that 525 or 524 breakout level. So I'm going to keep it on watch. It's still there. It's still worth my time. And then what else do we have? We had HMNY. We just literally went over HMNY again. Yikes. So look, it's coming back down. It's got to hold this trend. So CLSN, HMNY, ZGNX, where you at? Where's ZGNX at? ZGNX still isn't moving, still on breakout level. ANAB. ANAB, I'm literally going to watch this thing. It could be a short today. Again, you know, we're just going to keep watch on it. Roka, what did Roka end up doing? Did it crack? No, Roka's holding that. Look at Roka's holding this this level pretty strong right in here. And honestly, it's about to crack. So if I can get shares, I'm going to see if I can even short this Roka. Oh, never mind. I'm not even able to trade that one. Not shortable. That's a pain. So that's really all I got for you guys today. Go down here. All right, guys, so that's really all I got for you today. So if you hopped in late, just to recap, CLSN could be a long over the 520 area. HMNY, be careful. It's just a crazy one. There's probably going to be plays for long and short all day, but I really wouldn't recommend shorting just right now because you'd be going against the overall trend, and you can That's what's causing this big price up, is shorts keep getting squeezed out. MU potential short. ZGNX is going to be a potential breakout today. ANAB potential short because it's up like 20 or probably like $30 for the past couple days. Roca was a potential short for me, but that no longer actually looks that good. And then there were a few other pre-market movers that really just weren't doing too much. So just keep an eye on your scanners today and see if anything pops out. And remember, you don't have to take a trade. You know, there's no point in RGSC. I looked at RGSC. I can't remember what it's doing. Let's see RGSC real quick. RGSE. Oh, yeah, that's right. RGSC, that is one of them. Sorry about that. So RGSC, we'll wait and see. It looks very weak right now. It's testing the support on the VWAP. Could break that and come right back down. So we'll see. Let's see. So other than that, that's really all I have for you guys today. So stay tuned. And, you know, I will see you tomorrow morning if you don't tune in for today's lunch break recap. All right, guys, take care.